Welcome to our Embody Love practice. This is Anjali, and you'll see myself and my partner Alok on screen today, sharing a beautiful 20-minute practice that you and your partner can do together. This is coming from our Embody Love sessions, which is a beautiful weaving of breathwork, movement, and massage that will help you and your partner get into a deeply relaxed and nourished space together. So for today, bring 2 yoga mats together with the long edges of the mats touching, and go ahead and go onto all fours, hands and knees next to each other. Remember to take deep breaths and enjoy.
You can bring your hips and shoulders together and start to wag your tail. And just find a rhythmic back and forth kind of pushing motion. Like a cat really cuddling in close. And exhale all the air out and around your spine. And as you inhale, lift the gaze, lift the tailbone. Nice, a couple more cat-cows, just moving together. Again, we're still synchronizing our breath. Coming to a neutral spine here. We'll break that outer leg and step it out to the side. So your toes can be facing toward the screen. And that outer arm can just reach up and your heads can kind of nuzzle in together somewhere. Maybe find a grip up overhead. Nice deep breath here as you lean into each other. And turning the toes away, start to bend that outer knee and lean away from each other now. So you come away, a little bigger stretch on that upper chest, arm, opening the right side outside of your chest. One more deep breath here. And slowly release that outer hand. And all the way down underneath and find a forearm grip underneath. Still your outer hand. And then bending that knee, lean away from each other. Let the head and neck relax. Find a nice stretch on the back of your arm, shoulder deltoid. Maybe smile at each other here. Communicate if you need to. And slowly release. Come back, both knees. Shake out and wag your tail.
Now we're going to show you an optional transition that is a really lovely way to support your partner. So I'm going to demo it first, and then you can decide if you'd like to do this. So this is a nice way of getting onto your partner's back. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to press into my partner's hip, and then I'm going to start to roll over until I'm on Alok's back. And then I'm going to adjust my back till I'm nice and comfortable. So if you haven't done that before, we'll walk it through together, and you can kind of gauge whether this works for you or not, and coming off if it's too much weight.
If that's too difficult, you can always stand up and just lay back on your partner's cat pose.
So if you want to try it with me, the outer leg is going to come out. I'm going to press my hips into his body, hips, and I'm going to press the shoulder, and I'm going to slowly roll over until I come onto the back. Then once I get my position, I'm going to just readjust so that my low back is really comfortable.
So we'll find that perfect fit, and then I start to do some arches and tucks, just like that cat-cow position. And you can communicate through moaning or saying any words of what feels good. If I can adjust in any way my movement to make it feel more pleasurable. And I can get really creative by just doing this movement or side to side, wagging tail. So just really tuning into each other's bodies here and seeing what feels good for both of you. If it's ever too much, then just have them roll off to the other side.
And then we'll start to come back down. So rolling now over to the other side. If you can't roll over, then you'll just walk off your partner and come back. So now we're on the other side.
All right, so we'll step that other foot out. And the outer arm reaches up. Again, finding that connection. Your arms are different lengths, just finding a place to connect. It doesn't have to be palm to palm. Let the heads relax and just opening that chest, feeling the back of your head. You're coming here to here. And bending that outer knee, leaning away from each other, stretching into that chest a little bit deeper. And if it never hurts your head to look up, just look down. One more breath here. And softly release that upper arm and come all the way down and grip underneath the forearm or wrist. And again, start to lean away, let the head and neck be heavy. Maybe you can find each other's gaze, make a silly face. Nothing to be so serious. One more deep breath here. Slowly release the grip and bring that knee back. So you're now going to sit back towards your heels in a child's pose, reaching the arms forward. Forehead comes down. Just feeling your partners next to you. Noticing any openings in your body.
And so for those of us that were the smaller of the two that got to receive that beautiful massage table, we're going to just do a nice little adjustment for our partner now in child's pose. So just to see it a little better, I'm going to have a little bit of shift. He's going to take his hands around my heel. I'm going to place my hands on the low back. I'm going to bend my knee, I'm going to lift my heel, and then I'm going to slowly extend, but just to where he's comfortable. Then from here, I'm going to straighten that leg and use my hands to just give a nice traction. For receivers, letting your partner know what feels good for you today. I'm just going to walk up the back. They can let go at about that upper mid-back area. And we'll just walk all the way up. Thumbs into that crap area. Brushing off it. Letting them rest and receive. Slowly coming up when they're ready. So we like to show you different practices because not everything is going to work for each body weight. So this is a great example of that, of doing a massage table for one, but maybe the other person is going to do a different practice for the other. So as you're ready, slowly coming back to back. Finding a comfortable seat. And then as you're ready, start to fold forward, just getting that nice long spine.
Keep your butt back until touching. Slowly walk the hands back. Bring the hands down that are closer to the screen. Lift the opposite hand up. Find a side bend. Opening up the side of the ribs. Reaching up and over. And softly release and go to the other side. So hands go down as support, other arms reach up, helping each other stretch out, obliques, ribs, side body. Slowly release. I'll have one partner go into Baddha Konasana. So that'll be me. I'll bring my feet together, knees wide. So if you're tight, you can have your feet far away or bring them closer in if you feel like you want a little more stretch.
Then I'm going to bring my feet onto the floor and bring the feet or the heels as close to the butt as possible so you have more strength to really give some compression here. I'm going to stay as low as I can to the sacrum, and then I'm going to start to walk my feet back and come into a little bit of a back bend. If I need, I can put a pillow behind my head so I'm more comfortable, and then I can even put my arms above my head. So I'm in a squat, but I'm getting this nice back bend, and I'm listening to my partner to make sure he's really comfortable.
So communication is crucial here. Let your partner know if they're pushing too much or if you want less weight.
And just continue to adjust. Try to move your body towards pleasure. So if that means moving your feet a little bit closer in, keep moving towards what feels right for your body today. Once you settle in, let's take a nice deep breath together, breathing in. And one more breath. And then slowly coming out of the pose. See how slow you can go.
I'm really going to push back into my partner's back to come up. Bring your hands to outside of your knees to bring the knees up. We'll switch roles. So now Anjali's going to bring her feet together, knees wide. And then I'm going to bring the hands down just by my hips and really support at the lower spine. So I'm pushing my sacrum into her sacrum, helping her lean forward.
So those of you receiving, you can kind of walk your hands and go slow. See if you can calibrate so that you don't go into your full expression. And then settle in slowly.
So I'm using the pillow for my head. I have support. I'm really opening to this back bend. I can bring my arms up if that's okay with your partner. Or even to deepen the stretch, you can bring the arms by the knees. So that's an advanced move that can be a lot for some people. That's I feel is a nice chest opening for me. And I can even help her open those adductors a little more. Let's take a deep breath together. One more deep breath. Whoever is leaning forward will start to push back to bring us back to control. Elbow out. Stretch, so just recalibrate your backs together. Just do a little shake. Do a little circling with the spine. Ooh. Hold direction. And just finding that stillness. Whether you just scoop out so that your sacrums are touching. We'll bring the palms back to that manipura, solar plexus.
Just taking some circles here with the hands on the solar plexus. Visualizing the color yellow just emanating through the solar plexus and returning to the qualities of Manipura, determination and willpower, tuning into those beautiful qualities of generosity and courage. And then focusing in on this power of transformation, allowing you to move forward with clarity, letting the hands settle, and then start to even rest the hands on the legs here. We'll focus in with the beach mantra, Ram, R-A-M, to really cultivate this quality within us. What would we like to bring forward of these qualities in our body, in our heart, and our relationship? So just focusing on that as we chant this 3 times together. Take a nice deep breath in. Feeling the back body connecting into your partner and allowing that energy of the solar plexus, of this courage and willpower to then just melt, permeate into your partner's body. You're strengthening and magnifying this energy together.
Slowly feeling your spine each other.